Hey everybody, welcome back to the increasingly rare 6th round post-fight show with me, Zane Simon, and my co-host, as always, Eddie Mercado.
It does exist.
It does exist. We do these now on a whenever we feel like schedule. I'm sorry, fans, but the UFC is
Well,
just not.
honestly, it's whenever we can. We're both very
Yeah,
busy in our
yeah,
personal lives as of late, so we try to do them as much as we can, but life keeps getting in the way of life, so
yeah. Eddie's now a big fancy engineer dude who's out running all across the country, launching spaceships, controlling nuclear codes.
they wouldn't give me the codes at
Yeah.
Vernova, so
But and
unfortunately.
I'm launching my own business here shortly, so things are bustling for both of us, and we catch these shows as we can do them. Basically, is just the way. And also, I hate to say it too, but the UFC is just not good enough anymore to be like I think you and I together, we've tried before, but you and I together could go out and start another MMA website if we wanted.
True.
And it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's just not worth it.
Like this LFA card.
Yeah, like this LFA card we've got to talk about tonight.
Let me preface that. I love LFA.
Yeah,
I'll watch LFA.
sure.
But it's LFA, and
Yeah.
it promotes itself as such. This is UFC. You shouldn't have LFA caliber, and there's nothing wrong with LFA, but there's levels to it, right?
No, yeah. I mean, it's what I always tell people is that, like, if I just want to watch fun fights, I can watch a Cage Warriors fight. I
Yeah,
can watch
or I'll
any
go
Cage
to
Warriors
I'll go to
LFA card.
Walmart, right?
Yeah,
I'll go to Walmart. I'll
I
get
want to
my
watch
fix.
meaningful fights. That's what I'm looking for. And at least I will say this. I was very worried going into this that the main event would not be meaningful. That Mateusz Gamrot would grind out another split decision against a tall action fighter. And we'd be like, oh, okay, Salkild's pretty good. Mateusz Gamrot is good enough to be a good lightweight, but not a great lightweight. Fine, whatever. And Salkilld going out and styling on Mateusz Gamrot, that does actually announce him as a top lightweight prospect worthy of note.
Yeah, and I fully expected this, and I was surprised it was as close as it was on the odds, and I was surprised at how many people were picking Gamrot here.
I picked Gamrot.
Shut up.
I did.
Really?
He
Why?
has. He's never been finished. Well, he's finished once by
Charles
Charles Oliveira.
Oliveira. Yeah.
Yeah, who's better than Salkilld as a grappler, and
Sure, everywhere. But
yeah,
I'll
and
also but Gamrot gets hurt a lot.
he does get hurt a lot, but he doesn't get finished a lot. And it's
That's
5-round
true.
fight. So my thought is Salkild's not really that experienced. He iced, Benny
Dariush.
but that doesn't mean a lot. And this is his first real, true elite test in a 5-round fight. If he doesn't finish Gamrot and really put him away, then I got to pick Gamrot over 5 rounds. That's my thought process. I'm happy to be wrong because I did not want to watch Mateusz Gamrot grind out a decision over Salkilld over 5 rounds.
Man,
was part of the reason that I was not excited about this fight.
I guess for me, it's like understanding how good his grappling, his jiu-jitsu is.
Fair enough.
Not wrestling, but his jiu-jitsu. His jiu-jitsu is fucking nasty.
You are a jiu-jitsu guy. I am a person who finds it very difficult to watch any jiu-jitsu whenever it comes up on a feed.
You should train jiu-jitsu, Zane.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be a libertarian weirdo, so I've tried to avoid that.
Why? Why is that? It's all walks of life. Come on now.
Yeah, all walks of life that are willing to join a potential sex cult.
Nonsense. I got my fiance to start training.
I know.
She got her white belt. which is the
Now
hardest one
she's
to get.
demanding that she not pay taxes. How did that happen? Who knows?
No, that is you're stereotyping, Zane. You're better than this. You're better
I
than
am not.
this.
I am not better than that.
But seriously though, Salkild's grappling is so active.
It is.
I just could not see him just getting held there. I
I
just
didn't think
couldn't
he'd
see
get
it.
it. Gamrot's not a holder. I just figured if they're going to really tangle and scramble and keep a scramble going, Salkilld has never done that for 5 rounds.
Gamrot can
He's going to
hold some
wear out.
people. Gamrot can hold some people.
He can, but not big. I mean, the thing is, he keeps going to very close decisions with tall guys because his grappling game is not. It's not as positionally dominant as it should be, and tall fighters give him fit. So I knew going in
Well,
that this.
it's also his striking sucks for the
Yeah,
elite level.
yeah.
For the elite level, his
He's a
striking,
very one strike at a time.
yeah,
Not a dangerous striker either.
man. But what Salkilld did out there, rocking him with the left hook,
Yeah,
and then taking his ass down, like what? And the way he kept the back, holy shit, that
yeah.
was some wizardry. The way
That
he
was
like hooked the
some
arm,
really, yeah,
oh my goodness. Like anyone else would have gotten reversed, ended up on their back. For him to
yeah.
maintain that
He
position,
was close to getting reversed, and
and he almost
held it.
he was high when he had the back,
Yeah,
and he just like postures up and sinks the hook the choke right away. That's brilliant. That is brilliant
yeah.
stuff.
It's great stuff. Like it was. This was, as I say, this is to me. This was the one meaningful outcome of this fight that I could walk away really impressed by a Killian Salkilld win, and see, because like you go out and dominate Mateusz Gamrot, that's you're really only talking about Charles Oliveira has done that, you know?
And there's parables there, like wicked jujitsu, nasty on the feet.
Yep.
Not as nasty as Charles. No
No.
disrespect intended, but he's young. He's well rounded. He knows it.
Yep.
like
And the big
like
thing to
not
me,
for a second was he afraid to grapple with Gamrot.
yeah. No, I love the fearlessness. And I love too that Dan Cormier asked him after the fight, like, oh, did you do that to prove a point? And he just said, no, look, that's just how I'm going to fight. I'm going to go out and I'm going to fight my fight. And I don't care who it's against. And
That's a champion mindset.
it's a champion mindset. And it's the best mindset to have in combat sports, that you don't adjust your game to other people adjust their game to you.
100%. 100%.
The moment you're like, oh, I'm a great striker, or I'm a great wrestler, but this guy, he can't, he's a good grappler, so I don't want to go to my wrestling with him. It's just like, well, if you're wrestling, it's the Bo Nickel thing. If you're wrestling your A game and you're going to be afraid of Paul Craig, like that's not the upper limit of what you're going to face in the cage. Like, you need to be more confident than that. And so Salkilld, like, I love to see it. And yeah, I mean,
I honestly, I have no idea where he goes from here.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be like Patty or like Holloway or,
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people say that he should just fight a stay busy fight, essentially. Something like,
well, he might not have a choice.
Yeah. Something like Hoofy or something like that, where it's just going to be like a really dangerous fight, sure, but not a fight that's going to get him pushed further. Although Hoofy is ranked higher than him, so.
But he said he wants top 5.
Yeah,
and he deserves top 5. He's fucking up everybody.
If he wants top 5 and he deserves top 5, then I do have to say I do want to see him fight Charles Oliveira.
Didn't they just book him?
Did they? I'm not seeing a booking listed.
I thought he was fighting. No, maybe not. Who's Sarukian fighting?
Sarukian is fighting Hoofy.
That's weird.
Yeah. Although I think he might have been booked to fight Sarukian, and like, oh yeah, Oliveira was reported to defend against Sarukian
With the
as the
BMF?
BMF belt.
No, that's done.
Yeah,
With that.
he was. He
Oh,
was
that's right.
reported to fight
Nascimento died.
Sarukian.
Nascimento
Yeah,
died. That's right.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Nascimento died. That sucks, man. Dude was only 34, heart attack. Like,
Just never know, man.
yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So he pulled out, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be like when he's done grieving because that's terrible and cold. But given some time, assuming he does want to keep fighting, I would love to see Sarukian I'd love to see Oliveira against Salkilld.
You know what? Max Holloway's not banged up. He just came out scot-free in his fight. But it's so crazy to think Salkild's like already ready for like a Max Holloway.
Yeah, honestly, if it's just me thinking of what is an immediate booking that's fun.
Paddy Pimblett is what I want to see.
Yeah, but Paddy would be stupid to take any fight other than Ilia Topuria. Like, he should just be waiting for Ilia Topuria or Justin Gaethje for that matter. Otherwise, I'd honestly just be really happy to see him fight Benoit Saint-Denis. I know Saint-Denis coming off a loss, but that would be such a fun fight.
Why be whack? It's it'll be the same thing that happened in the Paddy fight. BSD would get submitted quick.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
But I'd watch
Guaranteed.
that. I'd watch that.
That's a waste of time.
Yeah, but I think he has to waste some time right now. I mean, if I'm Charles Oliveira, I'm Max Holloway, I'm Paddy Pimblett, I'm not fighting Killian Salkilld.
Max Holloway is the only thing that makes sense unless Max is fighting Justin next.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oliveira makes sense too, but like I say, I don't want to be cold and just be like,
yeah.
He needs some space. So yeah.
But honestly, I'm fine if Oliveira fights Gaethje next.
Sure. I mean, Oliveira and Holloway both have every claim to Gaethje's belt.
And Sarukian actually is I know he's never beat him. Well, he did beat. Oh no, he never beat him. But he's deserving of a title shot also.
Oh yeah, I mean Sarukian.
Ilia Topuria is deserving of a rematch.
He is.
So it's like you got 1 through 4 has a legitimate claim to getting a title shot next.
Nick Sicilian says Hooker has an opponent booked. He does. He is fighting Saladin Parnasse. I cannot believe the UFC actually managed to sign Parnasse.
I'm so happy about that. So happy about that. He's fucking nasty.
He really is. So that's a great fight booking too.
Hooker's gonna get dog walked in that.
Yeah. But hey, you know what though that means? You could do Saladin Parnasse versus Killian Salkilld with a win for Parnasse over Hooker.
Dangerous fight for Salkilld. I can't see him taking it.
No,
I just can't.
But you'd love to see it though.
I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, would love to see it.
They would have to like pay Killian out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Like they would have to really make it, because it's like it's all the danger and none of the gain. It's like if he beats Parnasse, it's like you and I will be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But the world will be like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah. Otherwise, I will say somebody asking, or Nick also asking.
Moicano would get knocked out so fast.
Yeah, he would not.
So fast.
I don't think Moicano would.
It would be like the Jalen Turner fight if Jalen didn't like.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah. For Gamrot, on the other hand, I will say this is there is a great booking there, right there with BSD, Benoit Saint-Denis.
Yeah, that's Gamrot. Better. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a great booking, interesting fight. Both guys have some limited striking. Both guys love to scramble. Neither guy is really a hold you down grappler. So I think it'd be a really fun fight.
You know how I feel. Gamrot is.
Gamrot is, if
He
you're
tries
terrible,
to. He tries to.
Yeah, if you're
That's
a
his
terrible
MO.
grappler, he's a hold you down. But he's a lot more about like will kind of ride people in awkward positions and that force a lot of resets. And he usually has to get a lot of takedowns to win a fight. He's not your classic just get you down once in a round and suddenly he's on top for the whole rest of the round. Unless you're like Esteban Ribovic and you just can't grapple.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Man, I'm so impressed with Salkilld.
Yeah, me too. Really.
Should we rate it? Should we rate this fight?
Oh yeah. Shit, I'll give it a 5. I mean, Salkilld, I did not think he had it in him, and I love to see it.
Hard 5 for me because I thought he did have it in him, but I didn't expect it to look this easy. Like I expected him to get him on the feet, but the second he was shooting in, there was a part of me that's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just let him back up.
I was even saying right before the submission, I was like, I know Salkild's on the back and he's looking great, but I think this is good for Gamrot because he can just keep this scramble going and going and going, and he will get Salkilld tired if he can do this.
Maybe. Does Salkilld get tired?
I wouldn't trust him in a 5-round fight yet, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out sooner or later.
Maybe. He's starching people in the first round.
He's starching people, yeah. All right. That brings us to really just a disaster of a co-main event. I mean, they credit to them. They both made the best of it. But if I want to see washed old men fighting, then I will go to Walmart.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this had no business being a main event. Neither guy had one in years. And so it made absolutely no sense.
And seeing Billy Q, like my thought was, hey, Billy Q might win this because if he's not going to get knocked out, and I'm not sure I trust Ferreira to be that dangerous anymore at 42, then he can, get roughed up early and rally back and have a classic Billy Q fight. But watching, he just got roughed up for 3 rounds. Like, he doesn't have a comeback in him anymore.
It was a lot of face punching. I'm not going to say Ferreira's on the juice. I'm not going to say it.
He did.
But I will say he's throwing over 40 punches a fucking round at 42. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
For a man who
that's insanity.
He was, who was once suspended for a doping violation.
Yeah.
It's not. They
Get
wouldn't.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah, you got what was it? Damn it, Derek Lewis out here claiming the UFC gave him peptides.
Are peptides illegal?
In sports, I can't imagine that they're like fine.
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I don't even know if there's like a doping agency for the UFC anymore.
Yeah, they have one, but it's in-house.
But I don't know if there's a list of. It's like you really got to piss the UFC off to fail a piss test.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, the UFC, the reason they did an in-house doping, they moved to an in-house doping system, was entirely because USADA said that they couldn't, that Conor McGregor couldn't just retire from the UFC to dope and then come back.
Okay.
That was the whole reason. Yeah. One of our listeners says that peptides are strictly prohibited according to AI. So
okay, AI never lies.
AI never lies. I believe it. But yes, Diego Ferreira throwing 40 punches around in his 40s is miraculous.
It's suspicious.
Yeah. So.
Shitty fight. Tons of face blocking though. That was nice from Billy Q. He really
Yeah.
the art of face block. Like this should be studied. Like if you want to become a face blocker, watch this fight. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
So
I can't
really
believe this
just
is a co-main event.
right. It's just such a rudimentary mid-card plug-in action fight that
This
even
is
then,
like
like
third or fourth prelim fight.
5 years ago, it would have been a mid-card plug-in action fight. Now, say, why do you have a 42-year-old on the roster and a guy who hasn't won in 3 straight fights now? Who got,
In like 3 years.
yeah,
Who's coming back from a meniscus tear also?
in his late 30s.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man. The only thing that I liked out of this fight was Fajeda calling out Bobby Green and Jim Miller.
Yeah. Hey, old man
Good
taking
call.
old man fights. Love to see it. Bobby
Yeah.
Green, fresh off of smoking 5 blunts and apparently roughing up somebody in
Some influencers.
some top boxing prospect.
Yeah, I saw that. Who was it?
Yeah.
It was one of like Adrian Broner's guys, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Broner's guys. Yeah. Which, hey, he looked good out there. I love to see it. He's 20 pounds heavier than the kid he's fighting, but I'll be happy to cheer Bobby on when he's getting a chance.
And it's getting Bobby views.
Exactly.
So that's good for him.
Yeah.
I would much rather see the Jim Miller fight, but
Sure.
if Bobby wants to beat his ass, go for it.
Yep. I will give that fight a 2.5.
Damn. Feeling generous. I'm giving it a 2.
It never failed to happen. It wasn't interesting, but it wasn't like dead air.
Yeah, but it was like target practice.
It was. Yeah. All right.
It's like one step above power slap.
Yeah.
One guy was defenseless out there.
Speaking of no steps above power slap.
Oh man. Elder abuse.
Yadier Duvall, Darren Elkins. Man. This I even said in the Vivi, like, this sucks. This is a criminal booking. There's no reason to do this. Duvall might have fixed his last fight where he let himself be absolutely wrestle dominated by Jordan Leavitt. And so you're putting a guy who everybody thinks threw his last fight in against a guy that nobody thinks should be fighting anymore. Not even him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be posting ahead of this fight, hey, it's my last one.
Yeah.
And it was exactly as bad as it could be. Elkins went out there, ate one shot, and was like immediately wobbling and barely able to stand. And then he got hit so hard that he shut off mid-fall and got woke up by the ground.
I would have been fine if instead of this fight, they just brought out Darren Elkins and let him like retire with some dignity.
Yeah. Shook his hand, gave him a gold watch.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Just sending him right to the glue factory. It's just like, thanks for your 30 fights.
Yeah.
CTE. Appreciate you, bud.
It was really just awful. And once again, I just don't get what the UFC is doing with all these. They have a roster full of these dudes now who are not competitive fighters anymore and clearly haven't been for a while. And they're just keeping them around for. They just brought Cedric Dumas back. And they booked him against fucking who was the guy who they brought in to beat Sage or to fight Sage Northcutt and Mike Jackson?
I can't even remember.
God damn it.
Dumas is crazy and just not good. He was like on house arrest.
Mickey Gall. They brought it.
Oh, that's right.
They booked Cedric Dumas against Mickey Gall in 2026, the year of our Lord. This is an affront to God. Truly. Spitting in the eye of the divine.
Man.
Oh, CM Punk that they brought Gall in to beat originally. That's right.
Darren Elkins belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Before you complain.
It's the Donald Cerrone Hall of Fame. Darren Elkins is right in there.
No, his fight with Mirsad Bektic belongs in the Hall of Fame.
It does. It does.
That is the greatest comeback I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of fights. That is the number one comeback. Someone just get the piss beat out of them. And to come back from like being dead 3 times over and getting the dub is like epic. For that fight, he should be in the Hall of Fame. And they should have done that tonight instead of sending him out there to get starched in 35 seconds.
Yeah. No. It was just awful. And I don't understand any of the logic behind it. And I know there are people out there being like, oh, you want the UFC to like take food off of Darren Elkins' plate or tell him what he can do with his own life or whatever and all that. It's like, man, in this world of it's sports entertainment, so you have to be entertaining me. I am not entertained by this. I'm disgusted by it.
I don't think this is technically sport, not sport entertainment.
But if it's technically sport, then it's a performance-based system. And you cannot tell me that Darren Elkins is performing at a level that should... I mean,
he came into this 2-1. So, like, technically on paper, whatever.
That's devil's advocate.
It is, but like from like a business standpoint, and you're for the powers that be who are out of touch, who don't know fighting, like, oh, this guy's 2-1, put him in there.
No,
I gotta give him a fight.
They don't. Send him home. Give him the watch.
Right, let's rate this.
0. -5.
Damn.
-5. I hate it.
Ooh, Zane, you never break the 0 to 5 protocol. That's impressive. Yeah. I was gonna give it a 0, but I think I'm gonna go with your -5. You persuaded me.
Yeah.
The most I didn't need to see fight of all time, I think.
Yeah, just every interview without like the video package for Elkins has him like slurring through his like I'm gonna hang it up.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's not. It's terrible.
It's elder abuse.
It's man. That's a lot. It's a lot. It is a future like lawsuit waiting to happen, where it's going to be Darren Elkins' kids suing on his behalf to try and get long-term medical care. Hate to say it. Yeah. As to next fights, yada yada. I don't care. Like the man fucking threw a fight to, Jordan Leavitt. Like,
yeah, I don't care either.
There's not a fight out there that, including this one, that I needed to see him in. Like,
oh, you know what? I know who he should fight next.
Who?
His fucking conscience.
That's right.
His conscience for taking this fight.
Yeah. Otherwise, he can fight like Murtazali Magomedov.
Whatever.
Or
I don't even care.
Who is the most current, clear, like absolute brutal killer on the roster? Put him in there with Kevin Vallejos, or he can fight let's see. John Silva. There we go. Book him against John Silva. Yadier Duvall, John Silva. That's the fight I want to see.
He's booked against Yair.
I know. But that's my kind of fantasy booking.
Let him fight Derek Lewis.
There you go. Now we get to a more forgivable form of elder abuse. Alexa Thainara, Amanda Lemos. And Lemos just doesn't have it anymore.
I know, and it's so sad to see. Her striking used to be so potent and like clean, and it's just so sloppy. Like she quit training her striking.
Yeah, she fell in love with wrestling, and then now she's in a fight where she got this whole fight on her feet, where she needed to have it to win it. She barely got taken. It was only like in the third round that she got taken down.
To be fair, she did get kneed in the balls in the first round.
I have never seen. I hate to say this because it just sounds as terrible as it is, but I have never seen a woman fighter get get fouled in the groin as often as I have seen it happen to Amanda Lemos. I feel like I've seen it in like 5 separate fights.
Maybe she has big balls. I don't know.
I don't know.
Fucking know.
But
I don't know.
She had this fight standing the whole time, and I figured that she would lose it because she would chase the wrestling game as she has so often in the past, even against Jillian Robertson, who just out-grappled her. But she kept to her feet. She kept Thainara from taking her down all fight. And then she just spent the whole fight getting held against the cage and regularly outstruck, just out-punched. Thainara did pay for it at a point where she threw both her hands at the same time and caught one counter square on the chin. But that was it. That was one shining moment for Lemos, and she couldn't turn that into a finish. So
no, I mean, like right after that happened, she's like up with her back to the cage.
Yeah. I don't like, it's more forgivable than Darren Elkins or having
way more. Like it was still
it was still a meaningful
competitive
fight. Yeah, it was still a meaningful win.
Competitive.
Yeah. But at 39, it is with 3 straight losses now to a steadily declining level of competition.
And a really, really bad weight cut.
This is probably the end of Amanda Lemos as a top-end competitor. I'm not saying there aren't other fights out there she can win.
With how shallow the pool is.
I know.
She'll hang around in the top 15.
She'll hang around in the top, at the edges of the top 15.
She'll go fight like Tabitha Ricci or something like that, and then lose 2 or 3, and then
I just think there was a point not that far back where she was in the contender sphere, and that's clearly gone.
That one, yeah. That's fair.
For Thainara, though, this is a good chance for her to capitalize and really actually make a jump.
Thainara should fight Fatima Klein.
That would be a good fight, yeah. Or honestly, Fatima Klein is the closest fighter above her coming off a win right now. I would also say fights against Lupe Godinez or even, even honestly, Jessica Andrade, although Andrade is in the realms of Lemos levels of wash.
Andrade is circling the drain.
Andrade and Lemos can fight, and Lemos should fight again. They should have a rematch.
I don't even want to see them cut the weight. Honestly,
I don't either. They have a fight at 125. They could do that.
I like that.
But I would say Lupe Godinez or Fatima Klein. Those would both be fine and solid fights. And yeah, for Thainara, I will say she is still a pretty mechanical striker, but I really like how insistent and aggressive she's getting, both on with just standing as a very, always forward running, forward facing fighter. You're not seeing Tainara taking steps back. You're not seeing her get easily cowed by somebody, even somebody who hits as hard as Lemos. So,
yeah, I really liked her pocket punching.
Yeah.
Like throwing in combinations, being confident.
You don't have to be a really technical, clean puncher in this division if you're, a hoss and you can land with a bit of force. So she's doing a good job to keep herself as an aggressive, hard-nosed grappler with a reasonable striking game. So this was a good performance from her. That brings us to a welterweight fight. Ty Miller, Billy Ray Goff.
Oh, we got to rate it.
Oh, we got to rate it. Yeah, I'll rate this a 3.
I'm going to go 3.7. No? Like, it was competitive, 2 knockdowns.
Yeah.
We got someone who's blossoming, Yeah. I thought it was pretty decent.
I give it a 4 for Tainara and a 2 for Lemos. So it averages out to
Fair.
a 3.
Fair. Okay.
All right. That brings us to a welterweight bout. Ty Miller, Billy Ray Goff. And, hey, I still have fears with Miller. He doesn't do a good job keeping his distance. He let Goff crowd him a lot more than he should as the taller, longer guy. But once he started to create a little space and piece Goff up, he really had this fight all his own way.
Yeah, well, he gassed Goff out.
Yeah.
He let him just peter out, trying to, lay on him against the cage, get his takedowns. Did a good job staying on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And after that first round,
together well. Yeah.
Actually, it was at the end of the first round is when he really started to let his hands go.
Yep.
His boxing is so crisp.
It is. He puts his hands together really well. Like I say, I'm still a little worried about his spacing. You don't want to let other fighters crowd you. Goff is not a good wrestler. So, him crowding you is maybe not that big a deal, but you don't want to let a better fighter do that. But if he can learn just to fight behind a jab from the beginning and keep his distance, he's got the hands to be a real problem.
I feel like he would really benefit from some just knees up the middle, just like some nasty knees to kind of thwart anyone from wanting to shoot at him.
Yeah.
He needs to go to Thailand for like 6 months.
Oh yeah. And of course.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. As James here pointed out, also a stark reminder that one of the biggest and hardest to solve and most ongoing problems in MMA is that nobody throws in the towel, even when it is absolutely 100% clear with no question that this is time to throw in the towel. Goff is a brawler by nature, clearly a complete wild man in the cage. He's not going to go out there and be like, oh, I can't fight anymore. His eye was wrecked.
Orbital done.
He is getting teed off on at the end of the second. It is like just barely standing upright by the time that round ends. There's no reason to send him out there for the third. He lasted 15 seconds till he got punched in the eye again. You don't need to do that.
Yeah. There's just this weird, like, I don't want to say Bushido, but it's like unless you're family in the corner, like no one stop it. No one, like, I don't know if it'll piss off the fighters or like.
Yeah, I mean, fans say it's like, oh, it's the pay structure where the fighters pay doubles if they win. So there's more pressure on them to get the win, and there's more pressure for the coaches who get a percentage to keep the fighter in there. Coaches say that it's because their fighter will absolutely not tolerate it and that it'll basically ruin their relationship.
Which is true. Like, I've seen that
Yeah.
happen in boxing.
Yeah, boxing is much better about it, though. Like, it can ruin a relationship in boxing, but boxing is much more willing
Yeah.
to.
That is
I
like the one thing boxing has going for it over MMA.
I think a lot of it really and truly, because you see this out of refereeing as well in MMA, you see it from a whole section. There's a whole laundry list of people that allow fights to go on way too long and be way too damaging. Is that it's really, I think it's a lot of it comes down to the idea that there are so many ways for an MMA fight to go. It's such a sandbox sport that there's this feeling that a fighter is always on the precipice of a potential comeback if they're allowed to continue. You know?
Yeah, I mean, Darren Elkins is like the perfect example.
Exactly.
Like, he's been in fights where his corner should have stopped the fight, and he comes back and wins the fight.
Yeah. And I think that that's the real pervasive ethos to me that's in the sport in a way that it's not in boxing. Whereas, like, boxing, you see stoppages regularly where somebody's still defending and ducking and bobbing and weaving, but they're not throwing anything back. And the ref just steps in and they're like, you're not fighting. You're done. That's it.
Yeah.
And like, there is that kind of finality in boxing that's just like, oh, no. If you're not able to actually punch back, if you're not able to engage in the fight is over. And in MMA, it's like, oh, well, you might not be doing that much work. You might not be getting that much done. You might be very badly hurt. But at any moment, you might fall onto a takedown and take somebody's back. And
Right.
you know, I think that, honestly, to me, more than anything, because, like, you know, I think you can argue that the greed aspect could be a part of it. The money's always going to be a big motivating factor for anything.
I don't think it's the greed at all.
Yeah, I think that most of these people are so dyed in the wool hardcore about this sport. Like, they're already doing it for peanuts. If it were money, they'd be doing something else that made money. They wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
I really think it's the coaches know that the relationship is done if they do it.
Yeah. And that, you know, like I say, I think, and the coach thinks, hey, maybe they can get back in it. The fighters, they think, hey, I have a bunch of ways I can get back in this fight. So there is more anger from them. You know, it's not just like, oh, I'm not punching back anymore. I don't know what to do. My coach is right to throw in the towel. It's, oh, well, I was actually about to jump on this guy, and if you hadn't stopped it, I would have done something.
Yeah.
You know? So I really think that's it. I think that's the root. And I don't know. Maybe it sounds Pollyanna, but I think it's a more traceable through line for all the ways that you see refs allow fights to go too long, coaches allow fights to go too long, and fighters be willing to fight past a point that they should quit.
I think we should also take a second to acknowledge, I don't remember who the referee was for the Darren Elkins fight, but, you know, we've seen Elkins be allowed to fight through that.
Yes.
And he had no bit. He had started wrestling his own leg. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm so glad it was like, you're done, bud. Like, I know you're the damage and like you've come back from a lot, but like,
it's good to see a ref clearly tuned in on what the actual score of this fight was. Yeah. Like, I know you guys shouldn't be having this fight. This should not be going on. If there's a sign of trouble, it's over. That's it. Cut it off.
So good on him.
Miller Goff, I'll give it a 4. It's an action fight. It was fun. It should have ended sooner than it did. That taints it a little bit for me, but it's not going to be what I remember.
I'm still going to give it a 5 just because Goff tried to hump his leg and it went south. And when that happens, I'm just
you're there for it.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to a heavyweight fight. Steve Asplund, Guilherme Pat. And hey,
real quick, I do want to see Miller fight Chaos Williams. I need to see that.
That's a wild fight. It's a big step up from Miller, but hey, could do worse. Yeah.
I like the technical versus the brawler style here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Miller at this point. I just want to see him kick around and just get experience. It could be something like that, or it could just be like Labosnayani got a good win recently, and he's a bit of a brawler, or yeah, I don't know, just any of the kind of run of the mill action fighters out there. All right. That brings us to a heavyweight fight.
The
Steve
fight of the
Aspen.
night. The fight of the
That's right.
night.
Shout out for all the tubby guys out there. You've got a hero in Steve Asplund.
Titty's got it done.
He did. I mean, I called it for him going in just because it's one of those things where, like, Pat, there's a version of Guilherme Pat that could be a decent heavyweight someday, but it's a dude who probably needs 5 or 6 years more seasoning out there. Like, he needs to be trained into being an aggressive fighter. And I don't think that it doesn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, he lacks the confidence.
He lacks
for someone as athletic as he is and as fast and likes to strike. Like, dude, you should be running through people. Absolutely just running. Like, he should have ran through Steve like warm knife through butter. Like, no business in there with him. But he just doesn't have that like supreme confidence.
Yeah, I mean, even after Asplund started this fight hot, like, Pat almost came back and won this fight just off of a couple of good combinations. It was right there for him. He should have been able to at least get the win Vitor Petrino got.
And I was I was really close to saying Asplund deserves to lose this fight because he dropped him in the second and just let him up.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? You're a fucking heavyweight. Lay on top of him in side control like you did at the end of the first and just fucking elbow him. I do not understand that whatsoever.
Put a titty in his mouth. Just smother him.
That's right. Mother's milk.
Yeah.
Mother's milk all day.
Oh.
Man, I don't know who his coaches are, but they need to teach him mother's milk.
Yeah.
There is nothing more. Dude, the day I see a mother's milk in the UFC, oh, that will be the day. And what better fighter?
Yeah, that dude should be going for Smothers like it's out of business. Like they're going out of business. Just he's built for it.
He's built for it. That's right.
But yeah, hey, you know what? I don't care. Asplund, he's just a fun fighter. I'm always gonna enjoy rooting for him. I don't think, he's gonna be a lower level action fighter for the UFC heavyweight division, but he is going to be a guaranteed action fighter.
He's a tryhard, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there should have been a drinking game for this fight card. For any time a fighter spits on Daniel Cormier, take a shot. He got spit on so many times during his interviews.
Did you hear Asplund's response to that though?
Oh, he said his suit's from Walmart or something.
He said, I thought you bought that suit at Walmart, so it was fine.
That's fantastic.
It is a perfect response.
And he knows that because that's where his training camp was.
That's right. Food court. No, man. Asplund, happy to see him get a win.
Dude, he landed a fucking head kick.
Yeah, he did.
That's a touchdown for me.
Yeah.
This guy's fun. He gets into wars. He's not like a world beater. But he's just fucking fun to watch.
Yep.
That's why this is no joke. This was my fight of the night.
Hey, since they are giving him the slow baby steps career, I say after Gable Steveson beats Sean Sharaf, you book him against Sean Asplund. If Steveson wants to go out and have a war with Asplund like he did in his debut against RJ Harris, or no, against Alicia Ellison, Asplund might actually win that fight.
Fuck no.
No.
Not a chance. Not a chance. He doesn't have the grappling for that. I think he should fight Jovan Leka next.
Sure. Leka's a good prospect. I like that.
He had a fun Serbia fight.
I'd also say Brando Perisic would be a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody else saying Asplund
is he Australian? Is he the Australian guy?
Yeah, he's Australian. Basically just keep him in stupid, weird action fights at the bottom of the division. That's all I want. I don't need to see Asplund try to make a serious run. I just want to see him used against,
I would like to see him fight Hokit.
Yeah, I would like
for the build up.
Exactly. Just put him in stupid fights. That's all I want. Walter Walker would be a great one too.
Holy fuck. Yeah, that's instant leg lock.
Yeah. But hey, like I say, I don't need to see Asplund win. I just want to see him out there getting fights.
Yeah, I there's something I truly enjoy about watching him beating up buff dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I
good.
Genuinely enjoy it.
I will give this fight a solid. I'll give it a solid 4. This was back and forth, high action, stupid, and good time.
Yeah. Couple knockdowns, the head kick, standing gilly.
Yeah.
This is definitely a 4. Hard 4.
All right. That brings us to a light heavyweight bout. DR Nergoje, Bruno Lopez. And I am so happy that Nergoje got a win in this fight. I gave up on him. Before this fight.
Really? Yeah.
I did. Bruno Lopez is not good. But seeing Nergoje get slept by Ribeiro in his UFC debut, Brenson Ribeiro.
He got Kimura'd.
Oh, he got Kimura'd after getting cold cocked. I forgot. And then run over in his next fight, understandably, by the big Mongolian? No,
Iran.
Yeah. But
Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, Kyrgyzstani.
Kyrgyzstan, there it is.
A former Hun people. Not a current Hun people, but a former
with
Hun.
an Ezekiel, no less.
Yeah. And he's just he's this really fun, busy counter puncher, but with tiny arms and without power. And I'm just I think I love the technical parts of Nergoje's game. I just don't think it adds up to being a competitive UFC fighter. So I gave up. And so I was really glad to see him just tee off on Lopez with really tight, hard counters and get a finish here. It's great to see.
Yeah, I think given you may have been a little premature on the giving up.
Maybe. I'm willing to say it. So somebody else said, surprised I picked Lopez. He's so slow. I know that. I didn't pick Lopez because I thought he's good. I just gave up on Nergoje because I think his game is fundamentally incredibly difficult to pull off at light heavyweight.
I couldn't pick Lopez because, for one, Nergoje is someone who you can submit easily with goofy shit, right?
Yeah.
And Lopez can submit people, but that's not his MO.
No.
He's coming to bang.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to give him the fight he wants, in my head, Lopez is getting fucking knocked out.
That's fair. It's just, I admit I made a mistake. So
I'm excited for Lopez's next fight though.
Yeah.
Because it'll be in the PFL.
No, won't. The UFC doesn't cut anybody. They're keeping him around. You're going to watch Bruno Lopez lose UFC fights for the next 5 years.
Well, Tai Tuivasa just got booked.
Exactly. Against Robles Despain, because Despain beat the corpse of JDS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and all because it's someone who's not going to try to take him down.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I bet Despain's going to out wrestle him, and we're all going to have to watch that.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. This dude's been knocked out 3 times in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if they cut his ass. That was his 4th
They
fight.
should. They should. They shouldn't be putting on fights like this. But, you know. For Nergoje, yeah, I don't know. They've been fighting. They've been signing a bunch of heavyweights. Muhammad Saidov and Magomed Tuchalov both got wins as debuting fighters recently.
Let him fight like Billy Elikana.
Yeah, or Ebo
Jimmy
Aslan.
Jimmy Crute.
Jimmy Crute. Sure.
Crute would love to run into something.
There are 15, 20 fighters at the bottom end of the light heavyweight division who will go out and have a really stupid fight on any night. So
I'm still giving this a 5. Technically a buzzer beater.
Yeah. I'll give it a, you know what? I'll give it a 4.5 because I'm so happy in the catharsis that my lame pick proved wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what you were smoking. You picked Gamrot too.
Yeah, you know. It was a bad week for crack.
Yeah. You got to go to Seattle.
Get
that. Are you in Seattle?
I am in Seattle.
Oh, you got to go up the street. You should have the best crack there. What are you doing?
Everybody switched to Fent now, so, you know. Yeah.
Sounds like there's a void, Zane.
Yeah. I did say I'm opening a business soon, right? All right.
You're going to come back with like a grill and a big chain, like some hose in the background. Fedora, maybe? I don't know.
All right. That brings us to a heavyweight fight. Another heavyweight fight. Jose Luis Moutinho against Louis Sutherland. And if Sutherland didn't suck so much, I would think this fight was fixed. Because that choke was not in.
It wasn't a choke. It wasn't
a choke. It was definitely a crank, but it wasn't even a crank applied at the moment he tapped. Like, Luis let go of the grip and was readjusting it at the point that Sutherland tapped. So it was just one arm cranking on his jaw.
Well, like he Sutherland made up his mind that he was done.
Yes.
And so regardless of what happened after he made that decision, he was tapping.
Yes. Which is why I say if he wasn't such a terrible fighter, I would think that was a fix, that he just decided to give up at the first, he was there to give up at the first sign of trouble and get paid. Yeah. But I know that he's a heavyweight who can't grapple. So the first time he's getting put in trouble, he's just panicking and going, okay, shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough to see. From a jiu-jitsu standpoint, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, dude didn't have the hooks in.
Nope.
Like,
didn't have the hands connected. Didn't have the arm under the chin.
That's I don't know. That's just really bad grappling.
It is.
Really
bad. Tai Tuivasa lost to this guy, and they've got Tai Tuivasa booked for another fight.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 1.
But he also got heel hooked by Walter Walker. So
yeah.
Like,
he's there for comedy.
His jiu-jitsu is clearly like, is it the worst at heavyweight?
No. That's Tai Tuivasa. No? Tai Tuivasa lost to Louis Sutherland.
Who
on the
submitted
ground.
Taito Ivasa? Oh, Tybura got Volkov got Okay, he's been submitted too, but I don't know. I think this might be the worst. This might be the worst.
It's heavyweight. I'm not willing to go out on that limb. There's at least one heavyweight in the UFC who, when they fall over, will start tapping the mat right now, like right this second. There's got to be one.
Heel hook and neck crank, though. I don't
know
know. That might take the cake.
Yeah. Either way, I'm giving it a 1. I don't care if there's a finish. That was the lamest, worst finish possible.
I'm going to give it a 5 because this fight could have been way worse.
Oh, yeah, it could have been long. You're right.
So the fact we got out of there in under 2 minutes, thank you, sir. I'm taking a 5 on that.
That's
a 5. Hard 5.
That brings us to a lightweight bout. Manuel Souza, Richie Miranda. And I feel bad for Richie Miranda because he's coming out of Eric Paulson's CMS gym. He's a pretty well-trained dude. He's a regional champ, I think for LFA even. And he's just not built for high-level fighting. He's not that kind of athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to fight Manuel Souza, who is a technical mess and just kind of does whatever he wants when he wants. No process, no form, whatever.
But he's hyper athletic.
And every time they had to trade shots, Richie Miranda was just like, oh shit, this sucks.
What's crazy is, like, because of what you just said, like the lack of athleticism and like the lack of form, but hyper athleticism.
Yeah.
This looked like a middleweight, light heavyweight.
It was a very middleweight ass.
I had to keep checking the weight class.
Fight.
I'm like, there's no fucking way these are lightweights. Holy shit. This was the most middleweight fight I've ever seen at lightweight.
It absolutely was a like Paulo Costa versus Paul
like
Craig.
A Ryan Spann fight.
Yeah, like Paulo Costa, Paul Craig, but at lightweight.
I don't know. It looked like a Dana White Contender Series fight also.
Yeah.
It looked like an LFA fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
A low level, a prelim on an LFA card.
Yeah. It was just not, it's just not a good fight. You don't need to be booking those kinds of fights.
Yeah, if I'm Miranda, I'm maybe going back to LFA and like be a reasonably sized fish in a small pond.
Yeah. But he'll get 5 more UFC fights, so you'll get to see him get thoroughly worn out by top level pros for a while first before that happens.
Yeah, he'll probably submit one person.
Yeah, like I say, CMS is a good gym. I think he's pretty well trained. He'll gut out, and the UFC is full of bottom feeder talent.
Was this short notice?
I don't think it was a short notice replacement booking for anybody, but I do think I think this card only had like 9 fights on it 2 weeks ago, so I think they put this fight together on really short notice. So, yeah, I can't think of any fight I really need to see Manuel Souza in, honestly, off of that either.
Well, he called out Drew Dober.
Great.
And whatever. You know how Drew Dober feels about melanin. What? I'm allowed to say
it. Does Drew Dober have replacement theory opinions that I haven't heard?
I don't know, but the you look at who Drew Dober beats.
Oh, that's yeah.
Susan might want to be careful of what he wishes for.
That's right. Otherwise, yeah, just any other reasonable lower level lightweight fighter. I don't know.
Getting dropped from a body shot that's not on the liver is sad. Makes me sad.
Like I say, he's a quadruple A fighter. He's very good for the regionals, and the physical wall is right there in front of him for this level of fighting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very sloppy fight.
Yeah. I'd give it a 2.5, 2. It was back and forth. It was fine, but it's it would be an LFA headliner.
Sure. Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess. I give it a 3.3.
All right.
Because it was like entertaining. It was like
it was competitive.
Sloppy. It shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been. But it was, yeah. All right, that brings us to a featherweight bout. Miles Johns, Johnny Vasquez, and man.
Hold on. My whole fucking life, I thought Johns was British. I don't know fucking why. I thought he was British this whole time.
He's the most American wrestle boxer to be an American wrestle boxer in the UFC for like
I don't know when it happened
decade.
or why I thought that, but like I thought he was British.
No.
It's like a Mandela effect for me. Like
no. You were confusing him with Brett Johns. That's why.
Nah.
It's the Johns crossover. The Johns got in your head, and you just were like, "Oh, it's another Johns." They must be British.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't.
I gave you the solution, and you refused to believe it.
No, I'm just differently abled. That's all I got. They let me on the nuclear site.
This is where the pull away comes in, and we get the jump cut to you on the nuclear site, and it's actually just you in like a playroom with a bunch of like atomic themed toys.
So if you need the good crack, Zane, you let me know. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
But this was fun.
Yeah, this was great. Johnny Vasquez came in there looking to bang, and he nailed Miles Johns, and then he thought, "Oh, I've got him," and he did not.
No, it was the classic call an ambulance, but not for me.
That's right.
Classic. This was fantastic.
It was, and I was a little concerned because I picked Johns. I would have picked him. Actually, this fight got changed last minute. Vasquez. It was supposed to be Rosas' little brother against Miles Johns.
Right.
Which I think would have been a terrible booking because that kid is, I don't think, ready for a giant step up from regional cans to really experienced veteran. But a lot of people were talking about like, oh, Johns is just shot. And I'm like, I don't know. Everybody he's lost to is actually really good. Daniel Marcos, John Matsumoto, Felipe Lima, even John Castaneda and Mario Batista.
Who?
And
never heard of him.
Yeah. And then Vasquez went out there and was piecing him up. And I was a little worried, but John's proved, he's only 32. He's still a physical specimen and a hard-hitting, classic, big overhand kind of wrestle boxer. And Vasquez didn't respect it.
Yeah, and he paid for it.
Yep.
Johns really let him have it.
Yeah.
Let him fucking have it.
Just
that was brutal.
It was
brutal. Honestly, that follow-up ground and pound probably wasn't even needed.
Nope.
Probably wasn't even needed.
Yeah, really fun fight for as long as it lasted, and it did not last long. Very back and forth. But yeah, I'll give it a 5. That was great. Vasquez came in and overperformed. Johns came in and absolutely delivered. So
2 days notice.
Yep.
Credit to him for stepping up and showing up and going for it. But yeah, I give it a 5 also.
Hopefully the UFC gives Vasquez another shot. This is his second UFC bout on 2 days notice. He lost the first one as well.
And he missed weight by like 5 pounds.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you shouldn't be calling a guy in to fill in on 2 days notice. I don't care what they tell you. I'm sorry. But like, you shouldn't be, as the top MMA promotion in the world, putting fighters in on 2 days notice. It just shouldn't be part of the business model.
The show must go on, Zane.
Yeah, but prelims aren't the show. This is not the show.
Look what we got because of it.
Yeah. But he lost a competitive fight to Javid Basharat. Now he loses to Miles Johns. Give the guy another, another
give him a bobo.
Yeah, give him a chance to make a little money, maybe get a win. And for Johns, I mean, honestly, both these, I get that he lost a couple of fights recently, but both these feel like way, way under the level that he should be fighting at. It feels much more to me like he should be fighting guys like, I don't know, Chris Gutierrez or...
Does he still fight?
I'd assume so. He lost to Farid Basharat in October. So... Or... Davy Grant's coming off a win. I'd watch him fight.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. 2 British guys going at it.
That's right.
Hell yeah. I'm here for it.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. Just something in that vein. Adrian Yanez got a win over Cody Garbrandt that he shouldn't be proud of.
Oof. I don't think Johns wants that smoke.
I mean,
I don't think Johns wants that smoke. Yanez is underrated.
Yeah, well, Yanez can be overrated again when he actually starts winning fights that mean something.
I don't know. I like Yanez.
I do too. I'm just saying, like, Johns he's a solid vet. Like, he's 32. He's in the prime of his career. He should be fighting guys. Like, you're not going to get a better Miles Johns 3 years from now.
They did fight.
Oh, did they? Yanez and
split decision.
Okay, well, there you go. Run it back.
In LFA.
Yeah. Perfect time.
Oh, yeah. I think it's time for the rematch.
Yeah.
Excellent call. Good snipe, Zane.
Yeah.
Well played.
Victor Henry, too. There's fun fights out there for Johns. He's veteran talent.
Put him on a London card, maybe?
Yeah, put him on a London card. Get him in front of local fans.
That's right. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Like, what? My reality is melting.
That brings us to a women's flyweight bout. Juliana Miller, Ravina rating for the fight. We already did it. Yeah, Juliana Miller, Ravina Oliveira.
Dude, this is the best Miller has ever looked.
I am shocked because Juliana Miller is clearly not one of nature's athletes, not a fast-footed, coordinated, or in the past even really durable fighter.
She's reasonably durable.
And she's fighting out of sick jitsu, which means basically a black hole of not ever getting any better at fighting either. So I am shocked that in her past 2 fights, both the loss to Carly Judas and this fight, she has shown real distinct technical improvement and actually looks more and more like a real athlete. Like, she's getting some strength and conditioning in. She's still not coordinated or fast, but she's at least competing physically with people. And
her boxing is cleaned up a lot.
It is cleaned up a lot. And for her, like, she's always going to have, like, she is absolutely a dog. She will fight hard. She is hyper aggressive, loves to be on the front foot. So if she can just be a little cleaner and more technical, the lack of athleticism in that division, it's not going to be that huge. It might stop her from being in the top 10 or top 15, but it's not going to stop her from picking up wins. And she looked great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really impressed with what she was doing. And honestly, I love that she's, kind of being like, hey, DC, I want to train with you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you need to be around people like that. You
Yep.
need to be training with people like that. So awesome to see. I don't think anyone's really surprised she got a submission here.
No, it was
I'm
a
not.
well-booked fight for her, but the fact that she's not like, it's not just a complete mess, that she manages to win through pure aggression and nothing else. That was her when she came off of Tough. And
Yeah.
she's improving,
What she needs, because her record is not pretty.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just get her in there with other fighters in the division. There's plenty of talent there that she can take on and compete with. I don't know. Somebody like Diani Barbosa or I mean, honestly, even like the Regina Tarin and Teresa Bleda, just anybody in the division. She had so little career before Tough that she just needs seasoning.
Right. She needs low-level fights.
Yep.
Where she can, like, I don't want to say practice, but
she just needs cage time. I mean, you got to get
cage
experience.
time to show off, and she needs to keep improving.
Yeah.
She really needs to keep improving.
So this is a good look.
This is a good sign. Yeah, definitely a good sign. I give it a 5. This is a 5.
Yeah. I'll give it a 4. I'm impressed. Still not high level MMA, but she's getting there.
Yeah. And it was dominant.
It was.
Pretty dominant. Yeah.
All right. That brings us to the opener of the card, Carol Foro, Giovanna Canuto. And honestly, even going in, I thought this was one of the best booked fights on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
really well booked.
Canuto I've been really impressed with all of her fights I saw, and her contender series fight, or not contender series, but her regional fights. She's just a really hard-nosed.
She's well put together, composed, sharp,
and really aggressive, throws in combination. Is used to being the bully and used to winning, which is also why I picked Foro to win. Because Foro is also a lot of those things, but she's also one of the only women that you're ever going to see at strawweight who has actual knockout power, like Jessica Andrade style actual knockout power. And you could see Canuto went out there and started going after Foro, and Foro started stinging her with shots, and Canuto had to like recalibrate everything and be like, oh shit, I'm getting hit a lot harder than I'm used to.
And she goes to the body.
Yeah.
That body work was nice and doing damage.
She mixes it up top. And credit to Canuto for coming back in and fighting her way into that fight, getting a takedown, getting some good work in. And even in the third round, getting that arm bar, like,
that was so close.
So close. Like, Canuto was a really good, well put together fighter. And Foro is just dangerous in a way that most women in that division are not.
Man,
great booking.
I really like this fight.
Yep.
I love the last 10 seconds. They just said, fuck it, and just threw down.
Yeah.
This might be fight of the night, now that I think about
honestly, it. I give it 5 stars. This was... Hey, no finish, but this was a well-booked fight between two really hot prospects who delivered and look like actual technical prospects. Fighters who are going to develop and improve.
Damn. And here I was like, oh, I'm going to be cute and give it a 4-0. I'm with you, though. I give it a 5-2. Fuck it. It had a little bit of everything.
It was a great fight, It shouldn't have been a prelim opener. It should have been a main card opener.
I would have taken this as the co-main over what
Yes.
the fuck we got.
Carlos
It was
Giafahera,
Jay-
Billy
yeah.
Quarantillo. That's a terrible fight.
That should have been the opener. This
Yes.
could have been the co-main. And I would have bitched about it going in, but like after watching it, I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, and I knew going in even too. I was just like, this is a great fight. This is watching tape on these two. Like nobody knows who they are, but these are actual prospects. This is two fighters that deserve a little attention. So,
and it's one of those where like I hope they fight later down the line.
Yeah, exactly. This should be a rematch in the making 3 or 4 years from now.
Yeah, for like higher stakes. Yeah.
Yeah. So really good fight, great opener. Doesn't really matter who they fight next. They're both really early in their careers. Maybe Foro could fight like. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know. Like anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm looking at the names. It's like, it just doesn't matter. Just anybody, any fight they can get her booked in. I want to watch it. And for, same thing for her opponent there, Canuto. Just, Spasic just got a loss coming into the UFC. That'd be fine. Pooja Tomar, Shauna Bannon, just somebody to help her build a little confidence back, get her back on her feet.
Yeah.
Overall, I will give...
Started with the bang, ended with the bang.
Yeah. I'll give this card a 3.5, which is a lot higher than I thought I would give it going in. The main event was a quality turnout for an underwhelming main event in terms of meaning. It showed up well. And it's still marred by a terrible co-main and a terrible fight before it.
Yeah.
But, this was a poorly booked card where the main event over-delivered, and there was some good action all up and down it.
I know I'm Mr. Positivity, but I'm just going to go with a 3.
That's fine.
And I feel like that's generous.
That is we're both being very generous to
an
LFA. As you open the thing fresh off of the excitement of Killian Salkilld submitting Matej Gamrot, you're like, wow, that was a fun LFA card. You know?
Right. So yeah, I think 3 is solid. Is like a little
when
generous,
you're booking that poorly, that's about as well as you can hope for.
Yeah. But honestly, if like nothing could have. If like Elkins would have won, it would have.
I don't want to watch that. I don't want to.
You don't want to watch him win on his
Darren
retirement
Elkins beat Yadier Duvall, that means Yadier Duvall is throwing another fight. I don't want to watch that.
True. That's a good point. All right, you got it. All right. I was there for that fight.
Yeah.
I had to watch it live.
Yeah.
That was trash.
All right. On that note, thanks everyone for tuning in. Subscribe to the Vivi and 6th Round over on Substack. I know we're not doing these shows as often, but this gets you, all of the Vivi as well. Help support that. Helps keep the shows going. And keeps us doing this as often as we do, however often that is. And you can find me over on Twitter at the Zane Simon on Blue Sky and Substack at Zane Simon. You can find Eddie over on all of his socials at the Eddie Mercado, and occasionally over at Brawler's Ball doing commentary and otherwise handling state secrets on a variety of highly restricted government access sites.
Honestly, this could have been a Brawler's Ball card.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.